Hi there. So we've seen a very good stride that is being made in the Republic of Burkina Faso under the leadership of El Capitan Ibrahim Traoré. I love that president so much, and I really hope that one day I'll be able to travel to Ouagadougou and see some of his massive works and everything that he's put up in the 2 years that he's been in office. However, today, that one alone, the Burkina Faso case story, is a true confirmation of what John Maxwell puts forward in his 21 laws of leadership. John Maxwell says, everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything rises and falls on leadership. In my understanding, as I begin to digress this particular thought from John Maxwell, I'm thinking it is actually true. Very, very true. Because regardless of what a country might have, the wealth that you might have, if your leaders don't want you to get the benefit of those resources, it is going to be the case of Zambia. It is going to be the case of Zambia. Why do I say so? We have educated Zambians that have graduated from our prestigious University of Zambia, but government can't think of incentivizing these young people to come up with industries or manufacturing industries that are going to be processing our copper. No, government can't. Instead, we are busy doing small businesses. We want to empower the marketeer who is supposed to sell a finished product. Where is a finished product going to come from if we can't make it? Where is it going to come from? What are we selling in our market? We have people that are leaving schools. They don't have capital, let alone they don't have experience. Where do they end up? In the street. What do our leaders think about it when you think of giving or empowering young people? The first thing that comes to mind is, young people are leaders of the future. A blatant lie. A very stupid one, for that matter. Because future leaders deserve an opportunity to practice leadership and to experience it whilst they are young. Nobody becomes an overnight leader. And that's just the reality. Nobody becomes an overnight leader. They need to practice leadership whilst they are young. Otherwise, they are going to be incompetent leaders with zero experience. They have all the knowledge that they've gathered from books, but they've practiced none. And so by the time they turn 60, 70 years, and we are choosing them to be leaders in our government, they don't have the necessary experience. Which is why I want to challenge the norm in this edition. I want to challenge the norm. Who lied to us and told us that young people are leaders of the future or tomorrow's leaders? As simple as that. Who lied to us? Who lied to us? One might wonder. Because if we don't begin to take up these roles, or we don't begin to get into the political space today, guess what? It will be the same thing, recycling the same politicians over and over in the name of they have the experience so they can do a better job. And currently, we have a president, yes, whom today's opposition party, the Patriotic Front, used to say, he doesn't have political experience. Do we see where this comes in? Have we seen it? No, he's a good businessman. He's going to do A, B, C, D. Now, believe me, I love the president. I do. But in this regard, this goes back to what I just said. He doesn't have the experience. The experience that he has is the business experience, not political. This is why you find that when he was in the opposition, it was very easy to make certain statements and just say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to fix the economy, I'm going to do this. Where are we today? Where are we? Ask ourselves, are we fixing the economy or the economy is fixing us? It's either way, give or take. But you can't be both sides. So, my ideal is that let's take leadership to be more of a football game. Now you're wondering, what football game? Let's strengthen the bench. Let's strengthen the bench. Whilst we have players on the field of play in a football match, we need as much a strong bench as the first team on the field of play if we are going to win. That's just our reality. We need young people to take up those roles, but we need them to start experimenting now. We need them to start experiencing leadership now. We can't wait for tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't come. Tomorrow never comes. So we need to start experiencing these leadership roles. Young people, youths have got to get into those political positions. Become councillors if you have to. Yes, you've heard me right. Become councillors if you have to. But what is more important is you are getting the experience. You are getting the experience. To top it all, you've got a system where it doesn't deliver. It doesn't deliver young people's expectations. A lot of young people or youths who be busy complaining about how things are not working. Go to the councils and see the people that are in the positions. See your councillors. All of them, very old. They are not delivering anything to the people. They ain't delivering. No, they ain't. They are not delivering anything. But the budgets are busy running. So what is their experience? I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but bro, do you know what's happening? The chances are that the money is not even going back to the coffers. There is experience at work. They can literally spend 150,000 kwacha on renovating 2 toilets. Renovating, not building from scratch. Renovating. And no one will question them. They have their experience. I didn't say anything. But I'm leaving it to you as a young person. If you're not learning leadership now, when are you going to learn it? When are you going to start experiencing it? Because remember, if you're not experiencing leadership now, it means we really will have a very big challenge in the future. We'll have a challenge of leaders. And this lack of leaders will be a result of us believing that youths are the future leaders and yet having given them zero opportunity to experience leadership when they were young. Today we can proudly vote for people into office because we understand their pedigree, we understand they've got experience, they've been in those leadership positions. I think for myself, I love the president so much, His Excellency Michael Chilufya-Sata. I loved him. May he so rest in peace. Very, very much. Because When I got to hear and to read about his story of how he went up the ranks, for me, he was the real deal. It's a pity that he died an early death. It's a pity, but I loved him. I still remember the times that he would come and he would say, more money in your pocket. Yes, more money in your pocket. And then the moment he takes the seat, he becomes president. You know what he said? He said, money is not going to follow you in your pocket. You've got to work. You've got to work. And we understood him. We understood him. Leadership. He didn't start pointing fingers at nobody. No, that's not what leaders do. You don't start pointing fingers at who's not doing what, who didn't do what. Man, you're talking about a failure that happened 5 years ago when you're the driver today. You're talking about an accident that took place 10 years ago and you're driving the bus today. And you want to blame your failures on someone who drove the bus 5 years ago. That's not leadership. That's hypocrisy. Yes, that's hypocrisy. That's mocking people. When you were getting into office as a leader, you knew that there were these underlying challenges. We knew. And this is the reason why people voted you or chose you, put you in that office, because they believed you were going to bring the solution. Not that you are going to start talking and pointing fingers at where you've come from. The challenges that you were talking about when you're in the opposition. No. Icon. So, leadership. And that's where we've got to get it right, folks. Leaders are both born and they can be made. But Africa is doing so little to raise leaders. And this is where, when it comes to leaders in Africa, it's a sorry sight. Because those that were leaders didn't give space for the young ones or for the young people to learn leadership. They didn't. And so we ended up having the crop of leaders that, in the words of the former president, Michael Chilufya-Sata, would say, the most educated people are the biggest cowards. We have educated minds that are not willing to provide and to bring solutions to the table for the majority Zambians. That's what we get. That's what we get. And I'm afraid this is going to continue and continue. So it's important